Hello everybody, this is Eddie of Tide and we are back with the adventures of Eddie the Builder. Now I just fixed up my dude's moodles and got some food and stuff, and I chopped some wood. Unfortunately it's night time. I've noticed my videos are quite dark at night, but yeah, especially now that the power grid's down. I chopped some wood, I made some bundles, some stacks, and I tested something just for interest. I checked the effect of the 2 stack. There you go, only 6, and the 3 stack, only 9. So this is a universal thing. If you chop wood and you stack it, it's a reduction from 9 weight units to 3 per log. So whichever way you go, I prefer the 4 stack simply because it saves on sheet rope. So if you've got an abundant amount of them, you can always just do 2 stacks, I guess, but I don't really see the point in that. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna quickly slap together that storage in the corner for all the tools and bibbledy bobs and everything, and I might consider finishing this base with the armory, depending on how we go about this. One thing is, there's a lot of houses and guns that I never took. Not because I didn't want to, just guns are quite heavy and I was busy foraging for all sorts of other things, or what, pillaging, looting. There we go, looting. So there is the potential for getting quite a lot more weaponry. I know I have an M14 somewhere, which is the favorite one for me. Not out of everything. I do like the shotgun as well, but the problem with the shotgun is that noise. That noise is so high. You really have to be willing to have the horde come down on you if you like the shotgun that much. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm not going to do it that way. I can only make 12 crates, so this is definitely not enough wood. I'm just going to put in... Come on now. I'm going to make this a separate little room. There you go. Isolate yourself. Storage room. Wink. This is more or less how I had a base a long time ago. My approach to this fireman base. You know what? Let me actually finish the walls off. Don't need to finish the door. I'm just like with the shelves. I'm a bit concerned that if I don't do it right now, I might not be able to do it the next time. For some reason, I just have this concern. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with these further away, simply because I can't automatically do them. I think it's catching the pharmacy shelves on the other side. There we go. So you basically just build a big horseshoe shape of crates all around you, and all you do is you just stand in the middle and you take what you get. You'll have access to... How much was it again? 7 times 3, about 21 crates in a room like this. I'd even suggest, if you have like a big base with an open floor plan, just making a storage room like this. You make the walls specifically, because I had this case with a previous base, the trailer park next to Riverside. I used that storage there, which is quite massive. And what I did was I made rooms this size specifically so that you can access the crates, take what you want, but you don't interact with the crates of another room, so you can have sort of dedicated storage. That's just what I did. It worked quite well, but I had a lot of stuff. Yo, that previous character had a lot of stuff, a lot of construction materials, and with that base is possibly the best base I ever built. Man, I built rooms, everything. And what sort of made it, the only real problem it had was water. That's it. And not drinking water. It didn't have a lake or a river nearby. That's the only problem. And when I say nearby, I mean like right there. There was the country club's lake. This was further south of this base, but it was just too far to really get to it easily because I was playing on insane population. Insane population with a very long respawn delay, just so that once you clear an area it stayed clear for at least a little bit of time. God, insane population is hard. If you dedicate yourself to clearing an area on insane population, it is so difficult. You fight inch by inch. I think I mentioned that in my previous series with the what was his name? The dude in Muldrow. Yeah. But anyway. Steve the Jackal, yeah. Insane population is you fight for every single inch, and those zombies defend every single inch. So that was quite tough. But beyond that, it was awesome. Because if I had to choose between trapping and fishing, hands down fishing every time, because you just stand there and you just go. Whereas trapping, you have to set every trap, you have to check every trap. The trap could be destroyed by the zombie, the trap could be broken, the trap could be so many things. So that's just me. I definitely prefer fishing to trapping. And obviously for fishing, you'd like it to be close, because you're going to have to catch the fish. If you're good at fishing, you're going to have to move the fish too, which at the high levels, those fish get heavy. You get good. It's the curse of success. Those fish get real heavy as you get better. So you want your water source, your fishing source, close, which is where we'll be going in the next base. The Ekron fuel station base is, in my opinion, the ideal base. I can't even imagine what the comments would be, but that is my ideal base, simply because you've got your fuel source right there. You've got your, I'm just going to drop this stuff here, water source right there. You can build water source. It's the only thing it doesn't have a flat roof, and there are two main weak points to it. Basically the rear and the front door. Well, the front shop front, it's pretty large. Gets destroyed quite easily. But beyond that, the resources of being able to fish at will like that, it is. I'm quite tempted to. You know what? Let's do it. I'd rather get the carrots and make a mistake than lose out, because I'm concerned that might be the harvesting time. Yep, red over. Okay, that's on me. That's on me. I fell for it. I fell for my own. I just got concerned I was going to rot away. But we'll find some more carrot seeds. It's not going to be an issue. We're not going to be staying at this base for long anyway. Okay, so what was I busy with here? I just need some planks, and ironically that stuff that I just dropped I actually need. Come on, come on. Tap that, get that material. Just need the hinge. Just grab one, grab another, and grab one. Now I just need 3 stack of logs, or just a single log. And then we can plonk in the door, and at least we'll have made the storage. Now, the good thing about the armory is, obviously I still need to get a lot of guns, because this is a base building series and not really for the character. Sorry, Eddie. This isn't really about your development, but about the things you develop around you. Because of this emphasis, I might actually just get on with it, build a room, and plan the move to the new base. That is an option, because this is a nice base, but it's not the base. If I were to build a base for this series, that's the real deal. That's the actual base where I really want to store my stuff, where I really want the books, the library, everything, the basis for this dude's existence almost. It would be the Ekron base. No offense to this one, but this is not the ultimate base for me. The two bases that are my favorite bases, I would say, is the warehouse in the north of Muldrow, because the lake is quite close. That's the one I had in the previous series, and man, is that thing easy to augment. And Ekron. The weakness of the Moldril base is the water source is not right next to it. The weakness of the Ekron base is it's quite difficult to defend, just in the sense of its general layout, and it doesn't have a flat roof. Beyond that, oh, it's a beauty. Having that fuel right there, having the house size is also so good because you can place the generator quite close to your house, power your house and the generator at the same time. So it's just a solid base, that one. It only has the defect of that massive open shop front at the front, so the zombies have so many entry points that they can easily break unless you smash out the walls and replace it with wooden walls, which is debatable because they can still break down the wooden walls, but at least the walls, they would last a bit longer than the windows. So that's sort of what I did here. I planked up the windows instead of smashing them out and replacing them with wooden wall. Yeah, let's take this stuff, boink, and I'll drop this here because this is where we're going to be doing the armory. Now I have a mod on this one that allows you to disassemble storage without removing everything. For the sake of looting, it's invaluable. It really helps. I'm going to be wasting all my metalworking, because I'm going to be wasting a lot of propane here. Let's get that metalworking up. This shouldn't be too long. Okay, so I got a few acorns almost immediately. That was quite useful. Sleeps for the week. I don't really need. The only reason you sleep is basically to get your attack damage back. Oh, honestly, because you suffer massive attack damage penalties from being sleepy. Practically insurmountable. They're massive. You'll be useful for the rifles and the shotguns. Boink. 3 sets of military boots. 4. Whose side is the fireman on? They all have military boots for some reason. Thought they're civilian. There we go. Okay, that's still there. So, let's shuffle these off. How heavy are they? 20. Oh man, and they can still get destroyed. Even with my level of carpentry. Oh, thank goodness. I was scared that this was gonna go badly. Okay, we're gonna place this good old fashioned, just straight up, straight against the wall. No real funny business there, just poof. Oh, road cone. So this is actually as an item. Let me see. Come on. Yeah, it's not registering. That's interesting. Because it was in the storage, even though it's looking like an item on the game, it's actually not registering as something you can pick up. Oh, you fumbled it. Can't imagine what that must look like. Fumbled old locker. Gonna have to take the ones at the top story. Okay, it looks like the road cone wasn't really supposed to be a droppable item. I think that's why it struggled. So we're gonna finish on some of the nicer... Ooh, don't place more. You know the rule, only one shotgun. There we go. Make it look a bit more menacing. If a zombie comes in here, they're like, oh, he's packing! Yeah, you know it, he's packing. Oh, no, that's not the way. Okay, so I made the tall lockers. As you can see, I made a little too many of them. Specifically for the rifles and shotguns. However you choose. It just looks more, you know, what you'd expect. And I'll put a few in here because this is the last room. Like, next episode we're going to be tidying this place up. Just, you know, moving all the garbage. I don't know if we want to go all the way with form over function. You know, clean this up, make it look like what somebody would actually want. Or just make it a functional base. Because it's, I mean, yeah, we've got a dirt pile. This pile will most likely go with me to Ekron. Oh, what was that? Boink. There you go. Gonna make this look real neat. Take this and place the item. Oh. Okay. So, where's the other one? I'm gonna put this right there. There you go. Looks so nice. Now obviously you can add a lot more rooms and stuff. You need storage for materials and all sorts of things. But this base, the reason I'm sort of on the fence on this base is I wasn't sure if this would be the base. Because for the sake of this series, Eddie's gonna need to have a base that actually functions as his, you know, his real base. The one that, where he's gonna be storing everything, really living out of. I'm just gonna eat this the way it is. I know it gives me unhappiness, but I'm just so hungry. So what I think is I should probably, you know, make this a base in the sense of it is functional, it is what you'd expect from base, got the rooms, got the stuff, but the real base where all this garbage and stuff will really be stored that I really need would be Ekron, and then I'll just load up the truck and take what I need where I need to go, because this has got 136 storage combined with 100 from the trailer. That's 236. Apart from log stacks, you can pretty much carry whatever you need. Or I could take one of these, the Spiffo van. Whoops, wait, let me do that. Take the Spiffo van, good old Spiffo van. 70. And okay, so it's not got as much storage as I would have wanted to. The ambulance is quite good. If I get a nice ambulance, I might look at that too. Otherwise it'll be this van, 129. It's sort of like the ships in Age of Pirates, that they have this little, like you saw there, that one's got a 129 trunk and the other one has 136. So it's, I don't know, it's like one van's built for speed, one for storage, yeah, all sorts of stuff. But I'll get the car I really like and hopefully I won't write it off like that other one. I'm just going to find me a zombie to actually do some target practice. Just in celebration of what we've accomplished here. I really want this police car too. Too bad you can't lockpick. I think there's mods for that, but yeah, too bad. Can I take this? Nah, this one's also locked. 106. That's already nice for a van. But yeah, I think that's, I don't know, yay or nay on this base. We can always come back and patch it up if you don't like it. But I think from a practical standpoint, oh, whoops, sneak up on him. I wanna point blank shoot this dude because this is gonna be difficult. Boink, got my pistol. Hope it's loaded. Well, only one way to find out. Looks like it is. Long refresh. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Okay. Don't think there's a lot of zombies that could have attracted. Plus this pistol doesn't have a very long noise range. I should have actually taken that M36 because that one has the lowest range. And that's the one I really like. Not for any damage reasons, just because it's got such a low noise range. Good training weapon. But yeah, there we go. Got him. Point blank. So I think this very likely, at least from a it works, it's functional, it is a base, it can do pretty much everything you need. And oh, you know what? Oh, that's a lot of wood. I completely forgot about that. When did I don't even remember chopping all that wood. Let's quickly go run up, make a stick trap, and do the trapping. Just do it for the sake of having it ticked off the list. Almost forgot about that. And I'll just load it with a worm just for tribute's sake. Okay, so there you go. You place a nice little stick trap and you bait the trap with a worm. Now you should check those every now and again, just because. Oh, and if I recall correctly, what it'll look like is this will just be flat on the ground, flat. If it caught something, if the trap has whatever it's caught for too long, apparently I think the zombies come and break the trap, or at least that's you'll get there and you'll see, oh man, my trap's broken. But that's basically the rationale behind it. The zombies sniffed the meat of whatever it was and came and destroyed it. It's rarely happened to me. I think it happened with the box trap, but with the stick trap, not so much. Okay, everybody. So I think that, at least from a practical standpoint, concludes this base. Cleanup of all this garbage will most likely be part of the move. I don't know if I'd make the move an on-screen thing, because there are some obstacles I still need to clear on the road. To Ekron, I think there's definitely one or two on the way to Riverside. That was quite rough. And what I'll basically just be doing is I'll be adding the trailer to the van and move. It'll probably take 2 to 3 trips, moving just a heap of stuff, and I'm just going to dump it right in front of the Ekron base, just all of it. And then we're going to start on that base in the following episodes. That'll be real cool. I think let's actually end this with a grand tour of this place, because we haven't really done that yet. So, got all our cars, got some wood we chopped. Pretty peaceful. As you can see, here in the top I built a little piece, because this place doesn't have a flat roof. Built a little piece over here. It's got vegetables, got a little farm, storage, composter, water barrels, water supply. Went here around the nook. At first I had a door over here, but then I closed that off, so zombies can't really easily break in there. They won't have reason to start slapping against that. All around you've got this perimeter that I personally don't like. I don't like that they can see through it, the zombies, but it's also good because you can see what's on the other side if you're jumping. I only really jump on the northern side to get to the houses, but still. So I sealed off the windows, all planked up. I sealed off the front door. You can also break out the door and build a wall, 2 wall panels there. That's also something you can do. I did that in the previous build. And then I added sheet rope. You know, I'll keep it like this. I mean, you could add sheet rope to every window, but I'm just going to keep it like this. I think it serves the purpose. We've got 2 sheet ropes. All planked up. We've got the garages for vehicles, which is a good piece, especially in higher population maps or playthroughs. Just having those vehicle doors so you can fix your vehicle without zombies having the chance to sneak up on you. Because like picking up the logs and sawing and stuff, vehicle repair and parts, you know, switching out is also definitely a big vulnerable moment for you, because it takes long. You're distracted with the menu and everything, so yeah, good to have an indoor garage. Now here's my busted up vehicle. The reason why I know there's roadblocks up there is this vehicle is evident, because just look at the damage. Didn't do much to the garage. Built this little storage nook, which very useful, 3x3 storage. Got a lot of crates. perhaps too many. If you look at the the options here, you're going to be scrolling through a lot, so you might want to tone that down to a 2x3, just so you have less crates. But that's if you're really hoarding a lot of stuff. So that might be a bit too much to interface with at one time. Then I'll actually conclude like this. We sealed off this side. Seal this off completely. I can dismantle that, but from all functional standpoints it's not really necessary. Got a bathroom here. So this is actually unused potential. I'm sure there are many bases that look a lot better than this, but it's there if you need it. I don't think it's really necessary for a bare bones base, for a survival base. Yeah, with a door so that you can expand if you need to. And here's the pharmacy. Pharmacy is just basically nice storage, pretty good interface. You don't need it to be anywhere near this big. For first aid you probably just need like 6 crates. Got a nice first aid kit here, just more for aesthetic and for keeping some of the stuff. You got your poultices, you got all sorts of ingredients. A lot of these things, like the wild garlic for example, double up as a spice. With food, so you could join your pharmacy and kitchen as one. I used to do that. Just plan ahead on the storage, because my pharmacy ran out of storage at 3 crates, so that's why I say 6 crates would probably be enough. Yeah, so that's a pharmacy, pretty good. Here's just a little room. Library. I don't think you need this much. If you plan to keep 1 copy of every skill book and 1 copy of every magazine, you'll probably need about 2 or 3 large bookshelves, and then I keep 1 bookshelf each for CDs and videos. They'll probably never fill up. CDs and videos are quite light, and then it could be anywhere how many entertainment books you need. Entertainment books stack up quite a lot. You might need 5, you might need 10 bookshelves. Depends on what you're willing to go with. And how much you really think you need, because you don't need to have all the books, but it can get pretty intense if you want all of them. There's a lot of them out there. You'll never be bored, that's for sure. Got a little nice bench, little nook here to watch TV with the videos, quite useful. Can add a nice little radio on the table for the CDs if you want to. And yeah, I had these planks here. You could add the pool table from the top floor, make it a bit of about entertainment. But at that point you're going for aesthetic more than form. This does what it's supposed to do. It gives me learning from the TV, gives me learning from the books, storage of the books as well, safe storage, we know where they are. Got our armory, more than enough storage. You probably don't need anywhere near this much for weaponry, especially for weaponry maybe, but for guns not so much. Unless you're in a zone with a lot of police zombies, because they drop shotguns like crazy. Then you might need to, especially if you don't dismantle them for parts. Yeah. So yeah, got some of those. I specifically chose this locker type for the ammo, just so you recognize and you know where to get it. And this time for the pistols. A little bit of decorative ammo and pistols over there in the bulletproof vest, but it's not really necessary. These look quite nice in your garage as well, this type of toolbox. So I try to keep 1, 2 or 3 of those in the garage, but in all honesty I don't really know what to put in them. All you really need is the jack, the lug wrench, the tire pump. It's a few tools, and all the other stuff is just consumables, tires, engines, engine parts, that stuff. The tailoring and electronics, or electrical, I believe, electrical room. Yeah. The reason I make a room for those two is they're very stationary. You can stand on one place doing all the patching on your pants. You can stand on one place doing all the stripping of the watches to gain your electrical skill. So it's very much a stationary place that depends a lot on how much storage you have or what you're storing, like how many rip sheets and stuff. So I make a room for those. And you just train them. You just stand, patch on, patch off. Got a mod for auto sewing, which is quite good because you just keep going until you run out of thread, I think. So yeah, that's what I do. I add a training room for these 2 skills in particular. In essence, that's electrical and tailoring. This is mechanical. This is all your firearm skills. The libraries for all the books. and the kitchens for cooking and pharmacies for first aid. Just from a practical standpoint, I never did anything with this room. I'm just going to keep it as is because I don't need to really use it for anything that I can think of right now. And I think we're at a point where making a proper base is more important than actually trying to make this thing better than it is. This base is functional, and that's what I was looking for. Now here's the kitchen. I have a water source. It's just good to have it in the kitchen for if you make a recipe and stuff like that. I have some storage, especially the nice neat ones. I like the shelves because they sort of look kitcheny with the cereal boxes and stuff. Then definitely have a counter with your utensils, your cooking utensils, all your stuff, and bowls, cooking pots, pans, very important, can opener, and right next to it have a nice vertical stack of storage of your food ingredients. That way you'll stand on one spot and make your recipes. Previous episode I just made a half dozen biscuits quite easily without even moving. So that helps a lot. Depending on if you have rooftop or grass farm, little farm patch, it's what you want to make of it, in all honesty. There's no criteria on this. You make it as big as you want to. I go with the 2x2 patch just for, there's no internal patch that I have to walk over anything else to get to it. I have my generator here. Placement of generator, that's quite important, that it covers your whole base. As you can see, this was a hopeless cause because this thing's just too big. It will never be able, one generator won't cover that whole thing, not that I can think. Composter, good source of worms, and this is where worms tie in. Worms tie in so well with the composter, with the farming, and the worms you get off the composting, that helps with fishing, that helps with trapping. So it's sort of a whole circle of life food chain thing you got going. Have a nice crate for all your seeds that will start piling up after a while. I'm not sure if you can do anything with your seeds beyond planting them, but yeah, it's good to have storage for that. Every time you reach 50 seeds you can make a packet. Don't have an example there, but yeah, that's something you can do. So yeah, that is the bare bones of base building. You want storage for your building materials. You want storage for your weaponry and your tools. I once had a storage room that had crates with only hammers in them, for example. That was silly, but I did because I was picking up so many hammers. You want storage for, well, if you do training rooms like I showed there, you want your pharmacy, or at least a piece in the kitchen dedicated to your first aid stuff, or your bathroom, whichever you go with. Kitchen's essential because the cooking, the happiness, that stuff, that'll really help you keep going. Farming and library, especially if it's your main base. Like, you don't need a library in every base, but if it's your main base where you're going to be spending a lot of time and where you're going to be training, yeah, because you need to read those books regularly and that stuff. So I think that covers what we're really doing around here. If this base isn't what you think it should be, and I wouldn't expect it to be, comment on whatever you want to see changed, and we can do it. But from the next episode we will be looking at moving to Ekron, whatever it's called, but I call it Ekron, and I will be looking at making this my main base. Let's actually remove that. That was a bit dumb. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be looking to do, and on that base I will bells and whistles. We'll take out the bells and whistles, we'll make that thing neat, we'll polish that thing up, and we'll get it absolutely sparkling. Fantastic base. That's your Eddie the Builder 2 guarantee. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been informative and useful, and I'm pretty sure this is not how many people would build a base, but as I said, this is more for function. The next one we'll make proper. The next one will be the genuine one. So yeah, this has been Edward of Chard, and I hope you have a very good day. Bye bye.